Bonjour! I hope you are very well. I'm happy to see you again for a new Brocante haul. I know you usually enjoy these videos very much, and I must say this haul was quite a score. I found everything at the one same Brocante, and I'm actually going to say hi to Rosalind here, who I have met at Brocante, and so I hope you found some treasures yourself. And here are mine of that day. The elephant in the room. Let's get it out of the way. This, incredible 18th century painting. I mean, I came home and I was just so excited to get it out of the car and show it to my husband and the children. This is, in French, I would say it's a little bit cuckoo. It's definitely a bit of a cuckoo scene. It's, super romantic. But I really like it. And it's in incredible condition. It's clearly been cleaned and restored. What tells me this is 18th century is, first of all, the scene. This is in the style of Boucher, which was a painter of that period, and this kind of romantic scene is so typical of the 18th century. And then the other clue is the state of the canvas. You can clearly see that the canvas at the back is quite old, and therefore that's how I'm able to sort of date these kind of pieces. Usually paintings, you date them by looking at the subject, because back then there were trends already and there were certain things people wanted in their interiors, and at that time it was pastoral love scenes, very romantic, young couples with that's probably not is it a sheep? Ou une brebis. Anyway, with a little bit of architecture, pink clouds, blue skies, verdure. This is super typical. So I'm extremely pleased that I found this. I could not believe it. And it was just sitting on the ground like this. And I was like, excuse me, how much is this? And just one of these finds that only happen once in a blue moon, to be honest. My next thing would be this lovely silver-plated serving tray. So it's got 4 feet with the shell, and then the handles have got a shell as well. And it's really heavy. Like I've said previously, when you choose antique silver pieces, the weight is always a good indicator of the quality of it. And this one's really sturdy. It's got a few poinçons, but I haven't really looked into them. Another lovely silver piece is this small pelle à tarte. They're usually a lot bigger, and that's why I got this one, because I've never, I've rarely seen them in a smaller version, so I thought that was quite cute. So the handle is silver, proper silver. We call that argent fourré, meaning that inside there is a metal piece, and then it's being covered with a layer of actual silver. And you can see here the poinçon tête de Minerve, and this is laiton brass. But yeah, I quite like that for little afternoon tea moments when you don't necessarily have a huge cake to serve. It's quite nice to have a smaller pelle à tarte. Oh, this, and I'm going to put it on right away. Can you believe I found a Greek key bracelet? So it's totally, not precious at all. It's got no value, but I'm just so happy. I really love that motif. I've said it a few times. I really like the neoclassic period of the 19th century with all the Greek nods. And this is just so gorgeous. And I'll keep it on. Keeping in the neoclassical style are these glasses with the Greek key all around. It's called soufflé moulé because it's mouth-blown glass but then pushed into a mold. You can see the join there. So soufflé moulé. And yeah, these are just so, I just love that motif. I don't know why, I just think it looks so good. I often get asked about my shells. So this one I found on that same day. In French we call them bénitiers, coquillage bénitier. And I do often get questions in the comments about the shells. They are all actual shells, and I find them at Brocante like this on Sundays, but it's again once in a blue moon. I don't find them very often. I've literally been collecting them for, I don't know, 20 years, and I do have quite a lot around the house, but if you think that it's over 20 years, it's not actually that many. So it's a game of patience to find them. And yeah, really like that one. Was from Pascal's son, Georges. I showed you Brocante Pascal in previous videos, and his son, he's slowly passing the baton to his son, and he's just got beautiful, beautiful things. So I got the shell from his place, and I got this bonbonnière or drageoir from his place as well. And I really love those. They're 19th century. I need to clean the tarnish a little bit. I really love using those in the kitchen. I'll put granola in there, or little meringues, tea bags, anything. I think it's just a really pretty way to display things in the kitchen, or even in a bathroom. You could put cotton discs. A lovely little Vieux Paris pot. Again, I mean, I feel like I'm often buying the same things, but this is how I like to, there's definitely certain things I love, and then I really love displaying things in groups. I find that way more impactful to look at. So, I've got quite a few of these pots already, and it's going to join the others in like a big group. So Vieux Paris, 19th century, and it's got a little face on both sides. I also found this pair of pot à crème or terrine. They are from Sarreguemines. And again, that's, if you've seen the house, you know why I got this. I really like them, and I love the fact that they are light yellow. There is a lion's head on each side. And I think this would be perfect for a brunch table. You can put butter in there, or some kind of sauce, or even terrine or pâté. It's probably what I'll do actually. I'm meeting you down here to show you this piece. It's a linen sheet. You can probably see how well it's flowing. I mean, linen is incredible for sheets. And this one, I absolutely loved the edge, the embroidered edge. It's all done by hand. And I love that it's a motif of grapes. I think it's quite unusual. The monogram is really large. It's AD. So that would have been the letters of the lady when she married. And again, I really love the motif here with the grapes. And the incredible part is this jour. This is all, can you see that? This is all done by hand, the jour. Hang on, here we go. So the jour, which you can see here, this is all done by hand by pulling threads down this end and then embroidering the ones like this together to create a pattern. I mean, isn't that incredible? All done by hand. I cannot imagine how many hours that took. I'm always delighted when I find old fabrics. I love their patterns, their faded colors. I mean, look at this piece here. I think they are peonies. Oops, this way. I really don't know what I'm going to make with this, but to me, this is absolutely irresistible. When I spot that, you know, little piece of fabric from the corner of my eye, I'm just like, vroom, instantly, you know, having to look at it and very often get it. And there is a red bag. This was turned into a little bag, so I may use it for the same purpose or find another way to use it. And then the last one is this beautiful piece of Napoleon III fabric, very typical of that era to have a black or dark background and then bright pink flowers all over. It's in two pieces joined together in the middle, and it's definitely got holes. It's, you know, not perfect, but I actually know one thing I'm going to make with this, and I'll show it to you in this video. The last couple of things, I found this gravure at a couple of dealers that I really, really love very much, and they had this, so clearly, you know, very hard for me to not get, even though it didn't have a frame. But this is, you know, everything I love, neoclassical scene with the Greek architecture, flowy silhouettes. And I thought, oh my goodness, another gravure that I'm buying without a frame. And I thought, oh, that's fine, I'll just get it. And sure enough, a few stalls later, I found this frame. Hang on. And I absolutely love the fact that it is a little bit raised, but most of all, it's a match made in heaven in terms of size. I couldn't believe it. I was like, okay, that was meant to be. Must go and get some glass cut and frame these, which is probably something I'll show in this video as well. So these are my latest finds. I will display them, I mean, some of them around the house, and I'll show you where. Some others, I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put them yet, but it will come. And as always, I love knowing, you know, if one piece caught your eye and why. So do let me know if that is the case. When it comes to antiques, I have learnt to be patient. Pieces found at different times in different places often end up finding each other in the most natural way. A frame discovered one day, a gravure found months later, and somehow when they finally come together, it feels as though they were always meant to be paired. For these gravures, I chose to frame them in a very traditional way. After having the glass cut to size at the hardware store, I used it as a guide to trace and cut the gravure to the exact same dimensions, followed by a piece of cardstock. I made sure to clean the glass thoroughly on both sides before assembling everything. First the glass, then the gravure, and finally the backing. I secured it all in place with small, fine nails and finished the back using strips of gummed craft paper tape, which helps seal and protect the frame neatly. When it comes to antique fabrics, I rarely resist them. Most of the time, I do not know yet what they will become, but simply observing the motif and color combinations is already a source of inspiration. I also enjoy learning about their period. Patterns, textures, and weaving techniques evolve so much over time, each fabric carrying its own character. Being someone who loves putting pen to paper, I'm always drawn to beautiful notebooks. I thought this dark Napoleon III fabric would lend itself perfectly to a cover, allowing the floral design to sit clearly on a flat surface. I had previously shared a more detailed tutorial on how to cover a notebook with fabric. This time, I kept things simple, using white glue and my trusty plioir to smooth the fabric and achieve a neat finish. It feels like a lovely way to bring these textiles into everyday life, rather than leaving them tucked away in a cupboard. I like the idea of surrounding ourselves with objects that have been chosen slowly, pieces that carry a story and continue to find their place over time. Thank you for being here, and I hope this brings you a little inspiration for your own projects, wherever you are. À bientôt!